Convos with Kaz Wednesday. Waiting to have an amazing conversation with Highway Vodka. And you all, of course. Convos with Kaz Wednesdays. And hello, how are you? Hey, Kaz.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Let me flip the camera around 1 second.
Hi.
There we go. Awesome. Can you see and hear us okay?
I can see and I can hear you, yes.
Okay.
Hi, Ben.
Ben, can you hear?
I can hear.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Okay. We're all good.
Hello. Everyone is slowly starting to join, but I love the fact that you guys were ready for me at 6 o'clock. So thank you
Oh, yeah.
so
You're so welcome.
very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for accepting the invitation. So you guys ready for us to jump on in?
Ready?
Yes. Sorry. Yep, I am.
Ready?
All right, no worries. I'm not going to take it personal, Ben, because you're going to be so engaged in this conversation, you're not even going to pay attention to whatever it is that's happening on your phone. So let me go ahead and begin by doing you all the due justice that you deserve. The Highway Distillery, Houston's premier vodka distillery, believes that vodka should have a distinct character. They want you to experience the natural flavors of the spirit and the grains that they produce. Their unique strain of seed and grain makes Highway the hemp vodka you always wanted but never have been able to have until now. Highway vodka cooked up from scratch in Houston, Texas. So, Convos with Kaz community, if you were not a vodka drinker, you should be after the conversation that you're about to hear. And if you are a vodka drinker and you haven't made it to your favorite local liquor store yet, beat the drum, text, or get ready to call them after this conversation to make sure that they have Highway Vodka on their shelves. And if you're a planner like moi, you already have your Highway Vodka cocktail ready for this conversation. So, everyone who can hear my voice, put your cocktails, cheer hands, air horn emojis in the comments and in the hearts as I welcome Ben Williams, co-founder and owner of Highway Vodka, and Codi Fuller, lead distiller of Highway Vodka, Houston's #1 Black-owned distillery, to Convos with Kaz. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
What's up, girl?
Hey, did I do you justice?
Yes, that was great.
Everything.
Okay, wonderful. Ben, are you with me now, Ben? Are we here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. As of 2020, there were more than 2,200 craft distilleries, and only a handful are owned by African Americans. Ben, tell us how important it was for you and Wendell to add not just color, but distinction to the brand once you both decided to create Highway Vodka.
Well, to be honest, this kind of started off as a hobby, right? So, about
It's really hard for me to hear you.
Your pod is in the wrong ear.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It should be on the other side.
How about now?
It's a little bit better. I'm gonna just kind of get a little closer.
Okay. Yeah. So, so it literally just started off as a hobby about 8 or 9 years ago.
It is
just
super hard for me to hear you.
Let me see. I wonder if it's a fan.
It's okay, because I want to hear exactly what you have to say, because I love the fact that you guys created this brand, and I want everyone to know why you created it and how it was to create a vodka brand amongst a industry where you don't see people that always look like us.
Yeah. Yeah. So how about now? Can you hear me?
So yes, thank you everyone for putting their hearts up. People are super excited.
Cool. So so what we're doing, so basically, like I said, it started off as a hobby about 8 years ago. Me and Wendell, just were kind of messing around. We were on the bar at the time, and we would just do this as a hobby. Distilling anything that we could find, sugar, water, any kind of thing that was fermentable. And, you know, started getting a little bit better at it. And then one day, just kind of backwards, we stepped into hemp. I was just, you know, trying to give it a try. A friend of mine opened up a dispensary in LA and met some people that were doing some stuff with it. So when I got home, we started playing with hemp, and automatically became the best thing we'd ever made. So we just went from there and kind of like had, we would take little stuff that we were making around our friends and family and customers at the restaurant and bar and let people taste it. They started liking it, and then next thing you know, we were like, all right, cool, like maybe we can make a go at this. And so we took a stab at it, and took 3.5 years to get the permits through the federal government or whatever. Got that, and just kind of took off from there. So it's just kind of like a little hobby, passion project that actually, you know, turned into something really cool. So that's pretty much how it all started.
That's dope. I love the fact that people can make passion projects into a reality and into something that they can do daily that they love and enjoy, and encouraging other people to do it. Because when people see how passionate you are about something, it transcends, right? Energy is super transferable. Okay, thank you for sharing that.
That's one of the biggest things right there, for real. It's palatable, and it helps you when you go into those meetings and you feel confident about, you know, what you're offering and stuff like that, and who you are and what you do.
Awesome. Now it is still a little bit hard. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a little bit hard for me. That's why I'm like so close. I'm catching most of what you're saying. So I'm going to kind of throw this one over to Codi. So Joyce Spence is a legend, and in 1997, she became the first woman in the entire industry to achieve the position of master blender to work with rum at Appleton Estate. Victoria Edie Butler, the great-great-granddaughter of Nathan Nearest Green, serves as master blender and the first Black female whiskey master blender. And now I get the pleasure of speaking to you, Codi Fuller, who at 26, and I think that's your age still, is walking amongst legends, and at the same time becoming one yourself as the youngest female distiller. Codi, tell me and tell the Kaz community how that feels.
You know, when I do interviews and people always like bring that point back to me, it almost takes me aback, because I don't really realize how much history that I'm actually making. I just am so glad that I get to be able to work with my family every day and just be able to create a product that people love. I don't really think about the historical aspect of it. I kind of just try to put my best foot forward every day and make sure that I'm, putting out the best product and representing the brand and my family in the best way possible. But every time I hear that, I'm just like, wow, that is so cool to be able to come from, being a bartender and then step into this space. I did not think that this was something that was possible for me. So I'm, eternally grateful that I even got a chance to take this position.
That's awesome. It's funny because sometimes we don't know the steps that are ordered for us. We just realize that the path is being paved, and you are walking in it. And I am humbled and honored, because I just can't wait to watch your journey and the trajectory and the encouragement and the mentorship that you are going to give to so many more young women that you are paving the path for. So thank you so very much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So let's talk a little bit more. I did a little tiny bit of kind of research on you guys, and I read that you were still living at home and attending college, and your dad basically gave you the ultimate setup, the best way possible to learn the legacy that he and Ben were building for what I'm going to say is you and the next generation. So do you remember like the day or the moment or the week when you realized, like, wait a minute, I'm a distiller here in this company? Like, oh, I'm doing this.
It probably was after like the first, I would say 6 months, because it took about 6 months for me to really learn the process and make sure that I, had the recipe down and everything. So I would say after the first 6 months, and then I had to go to one of the liquor stores, I think, to do a promo event. And I just walked down the aisle to, see where our vodka was in comparison to everyone else's. And I think that's when it hit me. I was like, man, I really made this product and it's sitting here on the shelves. Like that,
Yes.
it was so cool. And now every time I go into the liquor stores or people tag me on Instagram, you know, and highway stuff, I'm like, man, they're drinking something that I like made with my hands. I mean, and machines, of course, but you know, I still did that myself. So I think, yeah, it took about 6 months for me to really realize it. But once I realized, I was like, wow, this is so cool.
And you're ingraining your space. You're supposed to be where you are, and you are making a place for not just you to be creative and innovative in doing things with hemp. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But again, I am so focused on these conversations and making sure that people can relate to the conversations that we're having. So you are now relating to people that are watching, people that are going to watch the recording, and to young girls that I might mentor, that people on here might mentor and share this with, right? Because you're doing this, you're making history, and you're like, yeah, and people say that I'm walking amongst these legends and it didn't really hit me, but it's, and I love the fact that you're so humble by it, by the way.
Thank you.
But it's great. And I do not be humble, but here it is. I'm going to make sure that everybody understands who you are, what you're doing, and that you have arrived, girlfriend. Okay.
Thank you, girl. Thank you.
That's what Convos with Kaz is. So that's why we're here, right? So don't worry, Ben. I'm coming to you too, right? I'm absolutely sharing the love. But if and correct me if I'm wrong here, Ben, but I believe that is what you and Wendell did, right? You created a brand that you guys can leave a legacy for the next generation of whoever it is that you guys want to take over. So I just want to make sure that I acknowledge Codi and see that I see her, and I can't wait to continue to support you guys.
Thank you so much.
It's so exciting to, that's what you do, right? It's just cool that she, was even into it. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I hope the same, with my girls coming up and stuff like that, that one of them is interested in it, And so that's huge. I love that she took to it like she did. Does a great job. So.
That is fantastic.
Rude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I can hear you so well, Codi, and I know that Ben is probably just like tuned in a little bit, so it's a little bit more challenging. So I didn't hear how rude. I didn't hear that comment, but I was like, yeah, I love it. So if it was awkward, I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so Ben, I read this. Our process took about nearly 8 years to perfect and about 3.5 years to get our manufacturing license. Hundreds of batches and a whole lot of drinking resulted in the final product of what we have today. I'm asking you, because we have Black entrepreneurs and just entrepreneurs in general from around the world that are watching and are thinking about becoming entrepreneurs. How important was it for you to figure out how to make this work? Like once you guys decided that you were doing this, and you might have answered that in the beginning a little bit as well, but once you decided, like, how did you figure out, like, we have to make this work? We have to keep pushing for 8 years to get to this product that we know is going to be something that people have been waiting for but haven't tasted yet?
Yeah, I mean, like, the beautiful part about the 8-year thing is that, like I said, we were just doing it for the fun of it. And so, her dad and I, like, we've known each other since we were babies, basically. And so it's always been my boy. And so, basically, it was just us just an excuse just to hang out and kick it and talk mess like we always do. And so that made it very easy, And then number two, when we started getting the confidence and the feedback from friends, family, and customers that were tasting it and they like it, like Codi was saying earlier, you get a gratification for producing something that people enjoy. It was cool. So then it kept going, get that positive feedback. And the positive feedback just kept growing and growing and growing. And so when we went ahead and decided to apply for the license, I don't know, it was just something about it, like we just wouldn't let it go, because there were plenty of times just been like, forget it, whatever, it's never going to come or whatever. But there were so many little factors that played into what enabled us to keep going that made it easier decision to keep going. Like the site that we're in right now, this distillery, that was actually Wendell's horse barn, because he was all into horses. And that's one of the big hurdles to get into this industry, is that before you even apply for a license, you have to have secured a site. So imagine if you had to pay rent for 3 years, not knowing whether or not you're even going to get the permit. So that was a big boom that also made it easier for us just to keep going, because you know, either way, we were going to be sitting in here making batches, and, you know, dealing with the government going back and forth was easy. So, I mean, like, well, relatively easy. So, I mean, yeah, and it just like, we just knew that we had something cool and that we liked and that we thought other people would like. And you know, even like Cody said, it's perfect because to this day, I feel the same thing. It's like going to a store, pick up, see your bottles on the shelf is just like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then something happened the other day that I thought was so great. Like, I had to pick up some bottles from the store. So I'm in line. First of all, I went to the aisle, and, you know, the bottles weren't there. So I asked one of the people there, like, hey, where is the Highway? And the lady goes, and she looks down, she's like, I sold out again?
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yes!
That's cool.
And I was just like, oh, man. So I didn't identify myself for that. I just tried to keep it cool. And then, so I get into the line, and I had the half gallon and the 750 in my hand. And the girl at the checkout counter started staring at me, and I was like, you know, what's up? And she was like, I didn't know they had the half gallons. And I was like, what is this? And she was like, yeah, Highway, I didn't know, that's my favorite. And I was like, dang.
That's so
at
cool.
that point, I broke down and bought her like 2 bottles. And
That's nice.
You know,
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's crazy just to see your little baby. You know, it's funny, like, your little businesses do, they're kind of like your babies, and you really want them.
I can't even imagine what, well, I guess I have a different feeling, right? Because I get to talk to some amazing people and bring conversations and information to people that they might not have met any other time. So you got to love technology. So I get excited because I get to ask people and pick people that I want to have conversations with. So I guess that is almost the same feeling as hearing that your baby, your cultivation, your journey, your work has sold out, and people love that. So so congratulations to you guys on that. I think that's dope.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay, so this is kind of a tag team here. Again, pulling from some information that I found for Highway Vodka. The myriad of benefits derived from the use of hemp change throughout the process as the form of the plant changes. Texas is new in the hemp game, I read. About 2,900 acres for hemp farming, about 1,000 growers, which is kind of small for a state so large as Texas. But we understand that there are lots of regulations and things like that going on. And can you tell us, where do you guys source from, and the importance of sourcing to make sure that the seed that you are putting into your product is going to give the flavor and the taste and I'll say the feeling, but when I say feeling, it's kind of like the emotion that you want your vodka to have. And give us a 30,000 level view, like a really high level view of how vodka is made and how you guys make it with hemp.
You want to take the first and I'll do the second?
So basically it's sourced from, you get it from Minnesota, because so far in Texas, the industry hadn't caught up yet to really manufacture on a large scale the part of the plant that we use to do what we do. So that's the answer to that. But I can't wait until Texas catches up, because the industry is so very new here that you know, eventually I'm sure we'll be able to source our material in our state and really, you know, have some really local resource goods going on all the way through, you know. And then as far as the process, well, I'll let you know.
Yeah, so the process, making vodka it's a few steps. So I'll just kind of do a overview. So the first step is making the mash, which is, for us, we cook up hemp, corn, and water. So that is pretty much like a big, let's say you would put a pot on the stove and you're just, you know, cooking some stuff up like a crock pot almost. Close the lid, let it do its thing for a few hours, and then, you know, let it cool down. Then the next step is you want to transfer that mash into the fermenter. So fermentation is where we add yeast and let the yeast eat up all the sugars and turn them into alcohol. So that period takes about a week and a half to 2 weeks. And then from there, we go ahead into distillation. So everything that we've everything that's been fermented will go into the still. The still is pretty much like a big pressure cooker. So imagine if you put some stuff into a pot and You close the lid, but you know how when you boil something and the vapors kind of come up and, you know, start to rise? That's pretty much what happens in the still. So the vapors will come up and we'll add cold water back to it and turn the vapor back into liquid. Once it's in the liquid form, it comes out as vodka. So from there, we actually cut it down to get it to the correct proof. And we use our own filtration system that we created here at the distillery to filter out any additional impurities or any, you know, any stuff that could give you a hangover. We try our best to filter out all that, which is why our vodka is the best, because no hangover. From there, we just go straight into bottling. So it's a lot easier to explain if you see the machines, but that's kind of an overview of how it's made.
And that's exactly what I wanted. So thank you so much. Now, there are people that were asking some questions early on. I see lots of my vodka drinker friends are throwing up the hearts. Do you guys give tours at your distillery? Are you open for tours? I know we're still in a pandemic. Just in case people want to know.
Yeah, not yet. We actually have a site that's right next door to where we are now that we have. It's about 8 acres. And we're getting ready to get started on that here in the short future. So yeah, like that, and that's where we'll do our tours and stuff like that. But we're still kind of germaphobic, and so we don't like a lot of people coming through.
I get it.
We're kind of making food in a weird way. So,
right.
You know, it's like, you know, don't want a lot of folks breathing on it. But yeah, I mean, within hopefully by the end of 2022, everything will be set up over there. We'll have a really cool experience going on over there for people to come through.
Awesome. So hopefully I can get an invite when you guys do set up for tours, because I'm already a fan. I made a couple of drinks.
Yes. Yay.
Made a couple. One which I'm drinking on. I'm trying to drink it slow because it's strong. And I want to get through this conversation in my best professional Convos with Kaz way. Okay. So one more question, and then I'm going to go into what I like to call Kaz's Quickie, which is a rapid fire, quick answer question. It's really fun. But before I get to that, without community, business wouldn't grow, and without businesses, communities would not thrive. Highway Vodka, I just saw, was the official Houston cocktail sponsor at the Beer Foundation's Resilience and Leadership Celebration. Based on the fact that you probably have really, really good PR and an agent for Highway Vodka, I'm sure that you guys were worthy in your own right for being there. But as we're about to wrap up, can you guys give us, I don't know if you both want to give us 3 words, but give us 3 words that describe how you all did, in fact, stay focused during a global pandemic to make sure that you kept Houston on your back.
Well, one thing that we did was we shifted focus in the distillery here to making sanitizer to help out. And so we donated a lot of that stuff around town, you know, first responders, all that kind of stuff. And then we also are part of a nonprofit that was started called Lucille's 1913. And we started giving out meals and food to first responders and all that kind of stuff, night shift at hospitals. And that thing just grew and grew and grew to where over today we've done over 350,000 meals. And
how many?
Over 350,000.
Did you say 200,000?
350.
350,000 meals you all provided for your community during a global pandemic.
Well, it's still going. So like.
And still providing. That is so admirable. That is amazing. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I heard it correctly.
Yeah. No, and so like, $1 from every bottle that's sold goes, to help that effort and stuff like that. So we like to call Highway, especially when it comes to Houston, like the true spirit of Houston, because we're invested in this.
We love our city, and our city loves us back.
Yeah, for real.
We got to put on for your city, and that's why I said you held them on your back, because I could see just from the information that I found how important Houston is to you guys, and I'm sure that they feel that you guys are equally as important to them. So congratulations to you guys, and I think the work that you've done and you're continuing to do is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
So are you guys ready for rapid fire?
Yeah.
Okay, Ben, I'm gonna need you to scream out these answers so I can hear you. But I'm gonna ask the question, and then we'll go to Cody, and then we'll go to Ben, and then we'll end it. But there's about 10 plus questions here. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Tea.
Do you have any pets?
No.
No.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh my gosh.
Flight.
Making time slower.
The category is dinner. Dine in or dine out?
Out.
Favorite cocktail?
Highway and soda.
Highway dirty martini.
Yes, dirty martini. What is the last gift that you bought for someone?
Last gift I bought was AirPod Pros for my daughter.
I don't have any kids to buy gifts for.
Just anybody.
But, I didn't buy it, but I gave my husband $500. So.
And he took it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Action or comedy?
Comedy.
Action.
What is the one thing that you will have this time next year that you don't have right now?
National distribution.
Say that again?
National distribution.
Cody, can you repeat it?
He said national distribution.
Amen to that.
I don't know.
We'll just say you agree on that one.
Okay, yeah.
That'll be
agree.
a business. That'll be a Highway Vodka answer. I'm okay with that.
Okay, cool.
What is the one thing you guys can eat every day?
Tacos.
Pizza.
Hey. If you were a book, what would the title of your book be called?
Live it.
What was it?
Live it.
Live then it. Live it.
Like live it up.
Yeah.
Live it up. Okay, Cody, what about your title?
Mine would probably be like IDGAF, if you know what that stands for, and then like the life story of Cody Allen.
I know that's right. Okay. If you could hand deliver a bottle of Highway Vodka to anyone in the world,
I already know.
who would it be?
Rihanna.
That's a good one.
Thank you. I love her.
Me too. Can Rihanna get 2 bottles?
Okay, so 2 bottles for Rihanna? Got it.
Yeah.
Favorite song?
Ooh, today? I've listened to about 5 times, I don't know why, Harlem World from Old Dirty Bastard on the first album.
Yes. Okay. Say okay.
I'm going to go right now. I think anything off of Certified Lover Boy at this moment.
Okay. Howard or never mind. Never mind.
No.
On September 19th, we ate plenty of bison, so we're good on that one.
Oh, Lord.
And the last question that I have, what is the biggest mistake that you turned into a success? Anything.
Mine would be breaking up with my now husband in high school, but we ended up getting together 10 years later and we got married. So
that's awesome.
Biggest mistake that you turned into a win?
You know what you could? Racking off the hemp oil.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, in the beginning, we used to siphon the liquid from in between the oil and the grain during the fermentation thing. And then it wasn't until one day just being lazy, we dumped everything in there and realized we were making a huge error and made the best stuff we ever made. So I'll just go with that at this moment because that was a mistake that turned into a big win. So, yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
I want to say it has been a pleasure to have you both on Convos with Kaz. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your day at Highway Vodka to have a conversation with me and share your experiences and your business and your love for Houston and Highway Vodka with Convos with Kaz and my community from around the globe. I know people are asking, where can they find it? Go to the Highway Vodka website, people. Do some research. I did. I found out where to buy it in Atlanta at my friend's bottle shop. But I truly want to thank you both from the bottom of my heart. This has been something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. And I said, when I am ready to have these conversations with some amazing people, I'm going to ask people that inspire me, that make me want to go harder, that I believe will make the people that follow me and the people that believe in me and the people that encourage me, and I encourage them to do the same. So it wasn't just for me that you guys did this today. It was for the whole Convos with Kaz community. And I am truly humbled and grateful for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, for sure. This was so much fun.
Awesome. You guys have a fantastic day. I definitely want a notification when tours start. You have a fan in me with regards to Highway Vodka, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. And have a great night. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.